Would you be brave enough to risk everything for someone you love? Imagine facing a terrifying fear, knowing it's your only chance to save your best friend. Would you take the leap? Hero Cat and Snowy had been inseparable since they were just tiny balls of fur. They shared everything, their games, their food, even their dreams. While Hero Cat was strong, confident, and a bit cautious, Snowy was small, curious, and fearless, always leading Hero Cat into new adventures. Together, they had braved every little challenge in their world, from running after butterflies to sneaking bites of extra treats to cozying up under the warm sun. But today was different. They weren't chasing butterflies or lying in the sun. No, this time, they were up against something that could tear them apart forever. It started with a little red butterfly, Snowy's favorite. The butterfly darted close to the stream, and Snowy, as usual, was right behind it, pouncing with all her might. Hero Cat called out, "Snowy, be careful!" But Snowy was lost in the chase. She leaped to catch it, but lost her footing on the slippery rocks. In an instant, she tumbled right into the rushing stream. Snowy gasped and tried to reach for the rocks, but the current was too strong. She looked back at Hero Cat, her eyes wide with terror, her tiny voice barely reaching him over the roar of the water. She was so small, and the river so strong. Hero Cat knew if he didn't do something fast, she might not make it out. But Hero Cat had one big problem of his own. He was terrified of water. Ever since he'd fallen into a pond as a young kitten, the memory of those deep, cold waters haunted him. Whenever he saw water, his heart would race, his paws would shake, and he'd freeze in fear. Suddenly, Hero Cat snapped out of it. This wasn't about his fear. This was about his best friend. "I can't let her go," he whispered, trying to calm his own pounding heart. Despite his fear, he took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and leapt into the icy water, driven by the only thing stronger than his fear, his love for Snowy. The current was merciless, throwing Hero Cat back as he fought to keep his head above water. Cold water splashed into his eyes, making it hard to see, but he could just make out the tiny figure of Snowy, getting closer, but still fighting against the raging stream. "Snowy, hold on! I'm coming!" he shouted. Snowy, clinging desperately to a branch that had floated her way, looked up, hope flickering in her tear-streaked eyes. She held on as tightly as her tiny paws could, but they were slipping. She knew she couldn't hold on much longer. Hero Cat gritted his teeth and surged forward. Each stroke felt like a battle, the river trying to pull him back, but he wouldn't stop. His mind repeated one thing: "I won't let her down." Snowy looked up at Hero Cat, her eyes wide with relief and gratitude. "I knew you'd come," she whispered, her voice so soft, so vulnerable. Hero Cat's heart broke a little as he saw just how scared she was. His fearless Snowy, who always led the way, now looking to him for strength. "Hold on tight," Hero Cat said, pulling Snowy close. Snowy buried her head in his chest, trusting him completely. With every ounce of strength he had, Hero Cat paddled toward the shore, pushing against the relentless current. His legs were exhausted, his fur soaked and heavy, but he kept going, driven by the fierce determination to save his friend. Both of them lay on the riverbank, soaked to the bone and exhausted. Hero Cat looked over at Snowy, who was curled up against him, still trembling from the ordeal. He leaned down and gave her a comforting lick on the forehead. "You're safe now," he whispered, his voice thick with relief and gratitude. Snowy, still catching her breath, looked up at him with wide eyes. "Thank you, Hero Cat. I was so scared." Hero Cat smiled and gave her a gentle nuzzle. "You don't have to be afraid anymore. We made it together." If you believe in the power of friendship like Hero Cat, make sure to like and subscribe for more incredible animal tales. And remember, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is face your biggest fear for someone you love.